Okay, the last stage is, now that I've verified my vertical angular and my vertical and my horizontal angular and my horizontal, okay, now we can go ahead and break down the setup that we have here. So what we want to do is we want to be very careful with this. This is our indicator. It is a precision tool, and if we bang it up too much, it's not going to give us the accurate readings that we're looking for. I'll break this stuff down later, but for the purposes of this particular video, I'm going to get rid of this very quickly so that we can move on and see what the final product actually looks like. So we're going to set this off to the side nice and gently, and then what we're going to do is we're going to loosen up these set screws so that we can manipulate our shaft so that we can actually get this alignment. I want to make sure that these move nice and freely. We're going to bring this one here, we have to loosen up. And we're going to bring this out, and again, we don't want our shaft sticking past that. We want it close to flush, but if we have to have, well, I'm not sure if it's flush or not, make sure that the shaft is in, so the face is the farthest thing out in this particular situation. And then what we're going to do is bring this a little closer. It should be obviously the same. You shouldn't feel any kind of deviation. You could even recheck yourself a little bit here, but if your indicator readings are correct, you have actually got perfect alignment with these shafts in all of the respective areas. There, your bolts, that's another indication, should be able to slide right in to those holes. Oftentimes there's reasonably tight clearance with this, so it's not, if you have any misalignment, you're not going to get those bolts actually in there. And then lastly, we can go ahead, yep, they're pushing out very easily. We can push this out. We can bolt this together. We're using these bolts. This is really basic stuff here, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and leave this loose since I don't have another one there. But I can see as I'm rotating, I'm not getting anything funny with that, and that gives me the ability to go ahead and figure out how to get power to this. Before I go and energize anything, I want to make sure that all my tools are out of the way and everything seems safe. Make sure my switch is off. And then what I can do is, again, these are still a little bit loose, but for the purposes of our presentation here, we should be in good shape. We should be able to fire this up. And there we go. We have a perfect alignment there. Yes, we do hear a little bit of noise distortion right there. In this particular case, it's not necessarily indicative of not having an alignment. It could be just a little bit loose here, and then of course these bearings, we need to check those out and make sure that they're good. But again, that is how we pull everything together and get a rigid coupling to line up